Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with my TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight, Thursday, March 22nd, 2012. And overall, tonight's Impact, oh my god, it's probably, in my mind, one of the worst Impacts in a while. We have kind of a weird ending. We had, two no contests, kind of a mini squash. So, it was an okay Impact, not the best, probably, in my opinion, one of the worst Impacts I've seen in a while. Sorry, I've been coughing. I know that TNA Victory Road happened 2 days ago. I know it was taped today. After Victory Road, come on. You didn't have to make a shitty Impact like this. I know you got lockdown coming. I know you want to preserve all you guys. So if you have some guys not being there as we thought he was, but probably one of the worst Impacts I've seen. Maybe building towards lockdown, but we'll see what happens there. On to our first segment, which was speaking of lockdown, speaking of Victory Road and pay-per-views. They aired footage of what happened between Bobby Roode and Sting, with Bobby Roode winning, beating the crap out of Sting, and putting his hands all over Dixie Carter. After seeing that footage, Dixie Carter came out, and she said she was talking to lawyers, and she was on the brink of, we were all thinking the same thing. I think everyone was thinking, bye-bye Bobby, Bobby get fired. But before Dixie could utter those words, that only a certain man would say in another company, Vince, of course, I'm talking about him. Sting came out saying, Dixie, you're letting Bobby off by firing him, because not only firing him lets him off easy, you don't get proper revenge on him, especially with him scheduled to defend his title against James Storm at Lockdown. And then Sting went on to say, as we went to our first commercial break after talking about not firing Bobby, Sting's like, this general manager thing ain't working. Apparently Sting's like, he didn't want to focus on being part-time wrestler, part-time general manager. Especially after fighting Bobby Roode. He wants to focus more on being a wrestler than general manager for TNA Impact. So Sting decided to step down and give the horns to Hulk Hogan. Now, of course, Hogan's now a good guy now, and currently done with his Gary Bischoff storyline. We'll see what happens with Hogan. Hogan did come to Impact tonight. We'll tell you what happened with Hogan and Dixie and Sting a little later on. That was our last segment. Now, before we get on to our first match, Bully Ray sent a message to everybody, because Bully Ray lost to James Storm this past Sunday in kind of a bad match. Quick match against James Storm. And Bully Ray said, I don't care who you are, stay out of my way, because I'm going to beat the crap out of someone tonight. Well, he did. During our next match, which was a fatal four-way for the X Division Championship, the first out of 3 titles on the line tonight, as Austin Aries defended the title against Kid Cash, Zima Iron, and Anthony Nese. This match was okay. You know, it was a good match at the beginning, despite the ending kind of sucked, involving Bully Ray. There were some good spots. All 4 men had a little fly. You know, all 4 guys had a chance to fly off the top with some high-risk maneuver. Top move was kind of good. There were some okay moves from the X Division guys. An okay division match. But in the middle of the match, Zima was ready to do something. All of a sudden, here comes Bully Ray causing a no contest, interfering in the match, beating up everybody, including Austin Aries, who he teamed up with a few weeks ago. Of course, Bully Ray said, like I said, he didn't want to take any crap from anybody. It didn't matter who you are. He was in an angry mood. He basically beat the shit out of everybody. When it comes to when these 4 wrestle again, like I said on my TNA Impact preview, on my attack line, I smell like an X Division escape match. It was like an escape match or something during these pay-per-views. Some sort of X Division lockdown match. So I'm guessing an X Division title match at lockdown in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's an escape match or whatever. I smell X Division title match, especially with these 4 being involved, especially the X Division champion Austin Aries. I think it's Austin retained, but it was kind of a shitty ending. It was an okay matchup, but Bully Ray kind of ruined it with the interference. So there you go. No contest. There you go. We had another concurring segment throughout the evening as Josh Lewis from the Spike TV show Repo Games, of course, they had to promote all the entry network programming, with Repo Games premiering a new episode next week. With Mexican America, all 4 members, Rosita, Sarita, Hernandez, and Akira, paying for both their title matches for tag team gold. And Josh Lewis is trying to repo the call. And even put an IKEA to a game of repo games. They got, I think he got like 2 questions wrong. So he's going to try to pay back in money, especially with when the titles win money. So the first attempt at paying back Mr. Lewis in this concurring storyline was the women's tag team, knockouts tag team titles as ODB and Eric Young take on Rosita and Sarita. We also, I think it's April 12th, I think. It's either April 12th or April 19th. One of those 2 days, Eric Young and ODB's having their ending, of course, 2 weeks ago after they won the tag team titles. Eric Young, well, he proposed ODB, then ODB turned it around. That kind of got involved in this match. It's not even a match, stupid segment match, you know. Serena and Rosita was trying to take on ODB. And then, like I said, Eric Young, once again, playing a pussy. He didn't want to add a woman. So, there you go. He got in the ring, and then the 2 women started to flirt with him. Rosita and Sarita. And ODB got involved. Beat the crap out of both of them. Then Eric Young got the pin after ODB kissed him. Kind of a stupid match. You know, I've said this in my review, in my preview. I say it again. The TNA Knockouts division is worthless. They should get rid of it. It's not even a tag, like the tag team division is worthless. Like singles division is fine. But the tag team division, it's worthless. It's as worthless as the television title division, like I said. So ODB and Eric Young retain the titles. I hope they lose it someday. And I know they will, because they have to. To try to bring back some dignity to this division, but no matter who has it, like the television title, the Knockouts tag titles are worthless. Alright. Speaking of things, we have a backstage segment involving Crimson and Matt Morgan. Of course, Crimson apparently walked out. I knew like there was problems between Morgan and Crimson. Apparently, Crimson's now heel. He turned his back on Matt Morgan during the title match this past Sunday against Crimson and Morgan, which I'll get to in a moment when they defended against Anarquia and Hernandez, trying to get money after Serena and Rosita lost their opportunity at Tag Gold. Let's see what Mexican America guys can do. But Crimson was watching one of Matt Morgan's numerous direct auto commercials about him being egotistical, about being focused on Hollywood. Then Morgan came in and beat the crap out of him. I smell Matt Morgan and Crimson at Lockdown. I've been making predictions, whether it's WWE matches or TNA matches on these reviews about future pay-per-views. I'm predicting it right now. Matt Morgan and Crimson will fight at Lockdown. There's no way they're not going to fight at Lockdown. Speaking of the match at Lockdown, I also predict that Kurt Angle will fight Jeff Hardy. Hardy wants a rematch. Angle doesn't want it, even though Angle kind of cheated, and everyone in the internet community, wrestling community, saying the same thing. Angle, Hardy will wrestle again. The feud ain't over, so I'm guessing Hardy and Angle at Lockdown. Speaking of Lockdown matches, on with our next segment, which was James Storm. James Storm, of course, wanted to get his hands on Bobby Roode early. Of course, Bobby Roode claimed to be in the building. So James Storm called out Bobby Roode about saying what's right and wrong in the world. What's wrong is Roode being champion, being a dumbass, and putting his hand on women. So Bobby Roode's music hits after James called him up, but it was this guy named Robert Kelly. I'm guessing he'll be like a wrestler one day. Like, they probably signed him to a contract and like, okay, Robert Kelly, before you become a wrestler, you gotta be a character, like a lawyer guy for Bobby Roode. So his legal advisor, like I said, Robert Kelly, came out and said, Storm, Mr. Storm, Bobby Roode is not here tonight. He is at Toronto, sensing an unsafe work environment. He won't be able to, basically Bobby Roode's going to take the entire month off from wrestling until Lockdown against James Storm. But if Storm wants a fight, Bobby Roode is assigned either Kaz or Christopher Daniels to wrestle Storm tonight. Storm's like, hell, I don't want one, I want both. So main event was signed, Kaz and Christopher Daniels taking on James Storm in a 2-on-1 handicap match. But Robert Kelly didn't walk away without getting a super kick. Yeah, James is like, alright, Mr. Kelly, here's a message to Roode. Super kick the crap out of this Robert Kelly guy. Sorry about your damn luck. And apparently Storm made a music video, which will air next week, about his theme song being sung by Montgomery Gentry. I read about it on many articles, including Country Weekly mentioned it. So there you go. The video will be aired next week on Impact. Now on to our 3-minute challenge between Kurt Angle and Garrett. Goes Kurt Angle denying Jeff Hardy a rematch. Well, Hardy got involved in this match a little bit. After surviving a 5-minute challenge against Angle last week, Garrett Bischoff was asked by Kurt Angle to do a 3-minute match. Now, we had a no contest for our first match. Second match, kind of a sloppy segment. This match, all it did was shove for like 2 minutes, like a minute. They were having a shoving contest. They finally wrestled for a little bit with some okay wrestling from Garrett Bischoff. And the match had another shitty ending. A interference by Gunner. And Garrett was beating the crap out of Angle. He was ready to take him out. He was playing games with them, trying to survive the 3 minutes by pulling a Bobby Roode, trying to waste as much time as possible to survive against Angle. And then while Garrett was playing mind games, here comes Gunner beating the crap out of Garrett. Double team leading to a no contest. Even though the clock still ran, even though I think it was like, what, 20 seconds left, and then Gunner came out. Even though it was thrown out, they still had the clock warning. It was stupid. And then Jeff Hardy came out, and Gunner and Angle both went out like pansies, trying to save the day for Garrett. Because these two teamed up a few weeks ago against Gunner and Mr. Angle. What was it, 2 weeks ago? So, another shitty ending. Like I said, the first match was no contest. Second match was not even a match. It was like a stupid segment involving ODB and Young. And of course, this match wasn't even a match either. It was like a little shoving match. And then Garrett was trying to make it a wrestling match to waste time. And of course, Gunner interfered and making a sloppy ending. With him interfering, and Hardy came down to rescue. So, like I said, Hardy and Angle probably at lockdown for sure. No, next match, kind of an okay match, like a segment match itself as well. Mexican America, Hernandez and Okia taking on Samoa Joe and Magnus. Now this match was, Mexican America, it was okay, like nothing special. It was okay. Like Mexican America and defense were basically double teaming the whole time. Well, Samoa and Magnus had the first 2 minutes was mostly Magnus and Joe dominating. I like they chanted Joe's gonna kill you, but they also said Magnus isn't gonna kill you. That was kind of cool, and they're all a good team. They're a decent team. Mexican America then took over like the last couple minutes of the match. They were dominating the match. They're ready to dominate and take over the tag team titles. But as I mentioned, Josh Lewis from Repo Games was trying to repossess the call. He kind of got involved in the match. He got involved when Sarita and Rosita was trying to distract the referee. And Josh Lewis came out, carried both of them, Rosita and Sarita, out of the ring with nobody to help them. Magnus and Joe destroyed Mexican America with a double team move, 1, 2, 3. Retain the tag team titles in an okay matchup. Coming back after Sarita and Rosita was trying to interfere, especially when Joe was trying to choke. I think Joe was trying to choke out Anarchia. That's when Rosita and Sarita came in and interfered, trying to distract the referee. And that's when Josh Lewis came out from Repo Games, taking him out of the picture to help Magnus and Joe win. And eventually, in the night, Rosita left with Josh Lewis because the guys didn't have any money and had no call because it was repossessed by Josh Lewis. Storyline promotion for Repo Games. New season Wednesday. There you go. After that match, on to our next match. Main event was okay as well. Kind of a weird ending as well. For this match, it was a handicap match. Kaz and Daniels versus James Storm. Basically, it was like a beatdown, kind of a mini squash match. Storm was getting his butt whipped by Kaz and Daniels, and they had a little communication problem. Midway towards the match, they were completely dominating, destroying Storm because they weren't tagging each other out. It was kind of like a tornado match. All three guys at the same time, and Storm getting his butt whipped. And after a communication error between Daniels and Kaz, basically 2 super kicks from Storm to Kaz and Daniels, 1, 2, 3. Storm wins it. Kind of a weird match with like Kaz and Daniels are dominating, and of course Storm made a tremendous comeback. Basically didn't even wrestle, didn't even grapple, just kicked the hell out of Kaz and Daniels and got the win. Well, they don't want to injure him. They don't want him to get any body harm. They want to save his energy up for the match against Bobby Roode at Lockdown. So there you go. Celebration from Storm. That's our main event. Now on to our last segment. Kind of a weird ending here. Dixie Carter came out. Sting came out. Hulk Hogan came out. Of course, Sting wanted to step down as general manager of TNA. Wanted Hulk Hogan to take his spot. And Dixie kind of agreed. But before Hogan could answer Sting about being general manager, Fade to black. So we'll get Hogan's answer next week about him being general manager, because like it's kind of weird. Like they all came out and Hogan here things like listen to the fans, Hogan, about being a GM. Boom, fade to black. So we'll see what happens to this whole Hogan thing about him being GM or not. And of course Hogan's not under Bischoff's powers, so maybe we'll get a good Hogan. But we'll see what happens. But overall, this Impact kind of in the middle. Like I said, kind of weird with no contest. Like 2 little segment matches and a weird main event with Storm not even wrestling that much and a weird ending. So it's kind of a, like I said, especially, I know it's after a pay-per-view, but there was no excuse for it. You know what I mean? So there you go. Kind of a, okay Impact tonight. And that's it for tonight's Impact review. Comment your thoughts on the show below about Lockdown, about any matches to be added. Like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all very much for watching. Very much appreciated. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you all very much. Have a great night. See you all later. Yeah.